Hi everybody, I'm Dad. My daughter told me that some people needed some help on some different things, so we're going to do some lessons. Follow our YouTube channel for some little life hacks, some cooking tips, just some basic things. As you can see down in our description. And don't forget, subscribe and hit that notification bell. Now, let's get with the video. First and foremost, wash those mitts. For safety, always when cooking, especially with chicken, before you touch anything, you want to wash really, really well. As you'll see here, this soap bar looks a little funny to you. It's because actually, it's a homemade soap bar that I make myself. So we'll get into that on a later video. But just want to go ahead, make sure we get good and clean because we are going to be handling food. And chicken is number one for having problems with things like that. So let's get ourselves good and clean, good and rinsed off. I always keep a towel hanging up right next to my kitchen station so I can dry my hands really well. And then we're going to get our chicken prepared. So, knife. Now this is a chicken frozen, or fresh it was, I'm sorry, I froze it later on because I usually buy them by a 2-pack. We're gonna go ahead and open this up, get this out. Now our cutting board, it was cleaned long before so that, it's all ready to use. So we're gonna get our chicken here. Now, of course, this was defrosted in the refrigerator, so it's been kept at cold temperatures for us. And you always hear somebody talk about it. We need to wash the chicken before we do anything. And in this case, this chicken also has its innards in it. If you wanted to make a roasted, you want to do your own gravy, things like that, it has the various internal pieces. And we're just going to take that and throw that away right into our trash. I'm not going to be using this to make a homemade gravy, so we're not going to worry about that today. And in my kitchen, I always keep a trash can that has a foot pedal so that I don't have to worry about it again. And you'll see, I keep rinsing off my hands constantly because I want to keep clean. Now we're going to rinse this chicken off all the way around, nice and thorough, because again, we don't want any contamination or anything like that. And you'll never mix because cross-contamination is a bad thing. So now we got our chicken. We're going to go ahead and put it on the rotisserie and then season it. And again, this is really simple. My rotisserie device comes with a spit about like this. So it's real easy to use. We're going to take it, put it through. We'll make sure it comes out the other side. And we're just going to stick our chicken on there. Just poke it right in. And then what I usually do is I stand the chicken up because this makes it easier to put through the other side. And then same way. Make sure I'm getting this on here. I think I'm pushing the other one through because I didn't tighten it. See, this is the things you have to be careful of. Because you want to center this guy on this rack, and it tightens with this little thumb turn right here. So we've got that side all tightened up. Get this side poked in just like that and tightened up. Now as you see, I don't have it even. So once you have it on, you can go ahead, loosen that little thumb wheel and slide it till you can get your chicken even, because you want it to cook in the middle of the oven. Now, flip it over so the back side is up, And in the rotisserie, because the chicken's gonna keep turning, so it's gonna do like this. And as you see, the wings, the legs, things like that tend to all get all out of place. I'll cut this little bit of skin off here, but all gets out of place. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna tie it up. We're gonna truss this chicken because we don't want these parts to get floppy and get running around. So we have basic, oh, glass is trying to fall off, kitchen twine. This is safe for cooking, so we're gonna use this for it. And this can be purchased anywhere, your local grocery store, me. I tend to use Amazon, so I can send for it, get it easier. I send away for it all the time, and then that way I have it. I keep a big old string of it in my pantry. So what we're gonna do is I usually put a slip knot on one side because it's easier to kind of get a hold of that leg. Do that one right up. Just bring it over here, tie it to the other one. Oh, see, sucker tried to get away from me already. Not to worry though. We're gonna get it all up, and then we're gonna tie it. Once we get tight that way, we're gonna tie it to around the skewer. So again, everybody stays all together and nobody's flopping. And once we get all this done, I will show you how it's gonna stay on there. It'll be all in there nice and tight. Okay. Now the next thing is, of course, we have these wings. You see they're kind of flopping around a little bit too. So what I do is I take this, kind of go down even, get my wings together, and bring this around here. Again, we just want to keep our chicken from flopping around too much. Parts that are away from the body will tend to cook faster, which means you get very, very crispy wing ends and not very good other parts. And again, I just take it around here, around the skewer, kind of keep everybody together. Just run it through here, make a real simple knot. And make it tight. And then I cut off the excess. Now comes the seasoning. Again, this is really, really simple. And see, told you we're gonna show how we're gonna keep how our chicken's gonna stay together when it's turning. See, nothing flops. Now, again, as I said, whenever I touch anything after I've touched chicken, I clean my hands because we don't want any cross-contamination on the thing. Now this is a spray, an olive oil spray, because to help our herbs and our spices stick to the chicken, we want to go ahead and give a little bit of just some moisture. You can use any type of a cooking oil or anything like that to help. But like I said, I like this just because it's really easy. It's kind of like a spray on tan, but it's for the chicken. And then I do that on both sides. And then comes our seasoning. Now I use a pre-made seasoning mix. You can find it at any grocery stores. It's by McCormick. In this case, it's a roasted garlic and herb seasoning. Now do not, I used to make this mistake when I first started doing this, don't worry about being too heavy-handed. Matter of fact, you want to be heavy-handed on it. You want to give it a really good sprinkle. And like I said, this is going to stick to the chicken because we've already given it a little bit of oil to help it stick. So see, give that a good sprinkle on. Another reason why I do this over the sink, because I tend to be messy. So see, we get that on there really good. We're going to use our skewer, flip our chicken. Now you don't have to use an herb seasoning like I'm doing. Just regular salt and pepper will work fine. Some people like to, in the cavity in the center, they like to put a lemon because they like the flavor of lemon flavor. Goes really good with a roasted chicken. So we're not going to worry about that though. As you see, I'm just trying to get it all covered really good. You know, there's some people like, oh, you waste so much, it goes out on the board. Don't worry about it. You want to make sure this chicken really done up like this. And next, we're going to go put it in the rotisserie oven. All right, So here we are, back. See, we've got our chicken. Now in my rotisserie, it's very easy. I love it because I just have to hook it on one side and then put it up on the other. Now I've already set the temperature. It's at 375 degrees for 55 minutes. So we're just gonna go ahead and start. And we'll come back and see it. Like with all food, especially with poultry. When the timer is done does not mean it's done. We're going to check it for proper temperature. Because again, we don't want anybody getting sick eating our food. So we'll come back and check this and see how it's looking. We'll give you a shot about halfway through so you can see what it looks like about halfway done. And then we'll get an even better look at it once it's finished. So just wanted to give you kind of a quick sneak peek. Our chicken is about 20 minutes from being done. See what it looks like there as it's spinning on our rotisserie.
That looks good.
So we'll come back and check on it in about 20 minutes. And there we go, everybody. As you see, beautiful chicken dinner, green beans, mashed potatoes, beautiful traditional Sunday dinner that you can do even on a Thursday night. Everybody, I'm so glad that you've enjoyed this video. Have a great meal and a great day. And I want to give a shout out to thank my daughter, Gwendolyn, who really was the one who had me doing these videos, and to my new, very first subscriber, Ashley. Thank you both so much for making this happen.